When children murder, it's already shocking. But even more shocking and unimaginable is when children kill their own parents. And that's what happened in Canada in 2006, when 12-year-old Jasmine Richardson murdered her parents and her younger brother. But why would a young woman commit such unthinkable crimes? Well, as Jasmine Richardson's relationship with her 23-year-old boyfriend grew, so did the idea of massacring her family. Jasmine Richardson lived in Medicine Hat in the province of Alberta, Canada, along with her parents and her 8-year-old brother. She wasn't that different from other girls of her age, described as happy and sociable. However, things started to change when she met Jeremy Steinke. Jasmine Richardson and Jeremy Steinke purportedly had met at a punk rock concert. The girl fell in love with him and his gothic lifestyle, becoming a member of the website vampirefreaks.com, wearing dark makeup to look much older than she actually was, and writing herself online as Wiccan, Nighttime, and Insane. Jeremy Steinke was a 23-year-old man who claimed to be a 300-year-old werewolf and wore a vial filled with blood around his neck. His mother was an alcoholic, and her partner abused Steinke. It is known that he used to be bullied at school and had already attempted suicide before meeting Jasmine. When Jasmine's parents found out about her relationship with her 23-year-old werewolf boyfriend, they got furious, grounding her and forbidding to see him again. Apparently for Jasmine and Jeremy, that was enough for them to die. On April 23, 2006, the bodies of Mark and Deborah Richardson and their 8-year-old son were discovered in their home by a 6-year-old boy who saw their bodies on the floor through the window and ran to his mother, who then called the police. Mark and Deborah's lifeless bodies were found on the floor, on the first floor, while little Jacob was located upstairs, lying on a bed. At first, Jasmine wasn't even considered a potential suspect. Since she was missing, officers believed she might have been kidnapped and released a statement that said they were looking for Richardson's daughter, sending out an Amber Alert. However, after retrieving evidence from her bedroom and closet, evidence began to accumulate, and the possible kidnapping was ruled out, and Jasmine was the prime suspect. A trial of digital evidence led to Jasmine Richardson and Jeremy Steinke, mainly consisting of email exchanges between the two. At first, the officers assumed that Jeremy was responsible for the plan, but online accounts belonging to Steinke and Jasmine revealed otherwise. Among the most revealing were 2 messages. The first message, sent from Jasmine to Jeremy, read, "I have this plan. It starts with me killing them and ends with me living with you." Steinke was receptive to the idea, replying, "Well, I love your plan, but we need to be a little more creative with details and stuff." The other message was posted on a Windows Live Spaces account belonging to Jeremy, where he had written, "Payment. My lover's rents are totally unfair. They say that they really care. They don't know what is going on, they just assume. Their throats I want to slit. Finally, there shall be silence. Their blood shall be payment." Although Jasmine discussed her plans to kill her parents with her friends on more than one occasion, none took her seriously. It is known that after watching the movie Natural Born Killers, which follows a young couple as they become serial killers, Jasmine and her boyfriend carried out their planned massacre. After their officers pieced together the crime scenes, it was found that Jasmine and Jeremy had entered the house, and Steinke had killed his girlfriend's mother first. Then, wearing a neoprene mask and carrying a knife, he stabbed 48-year-old Deborah Richardson 12 times, including a 12-centimeter deep piercing in her heart. Hearing his wife's screams, Mark Richardson, 42, came downstairs to help her and was attacked by Steinke, who stabbed him 24 times, including 9 in the back. Jasmine allegedly wanted to face her 8-year-old brother, Jacob, and went upstairs to where he was lying in her bedroom and stabbed him 5 times, including a wide, deep cut to the neck. Jacob would be found lying in his bed, surrounded by blood-stained toys. Jasmine would later testify that her brother Jacob begged for his life, but she chose to kill him, as it would be too cruel to let him live without his parents. 2 hours after the deaths, the couple was seen laughing and kissing in a restaurant. Just the next day, Jasmine and her boyfriend Jeremy were located 100 miles away, and they were both arrested and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. When asked why they murdered her parents and younger brother at the trial, Jasmine said, "I loved him so much, I thought it would bring us closer." Jasmine Richardson went on trial in June 2007. She was 14 years old at the time. She has pleaded not guilty to the charges and claimed that she had hypothetical conversations about killing her family, but did not intend to continue with it. The trial lasted approximately a month, and in July 2007, after 3 hours of deliberation, the jury returned the verdict, guilty on all 3 counts. Due to Canada's sentencing laws regarding juvenile offenders, she was only sentenced to the maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Jasmine's sentence included credit for 18 months of service, with 4 years to be spent in a psychiatric facility, followed by 4.5 years under conditional supervision in the community. In December 2008, Steinke was found guilty of all 3 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to 3 simultaneous life sentences, with a 25-year probation date. His lawyers argued that Steinke was in a haze fueled by alcohol and drugs when he cracked and stabbed Jasmine's parents. They described him as immature and a passionate man who would do anything to keep the preteen girl's affections. When asked why he had murdered Jasmine's family, Jeremy said, "When you find your soulmate, you do anything for them. I've done anything." Even while in prison, the couple continued to send each other letters, professing their love for each other. Steinke even proposed to Jasmine Richardson via letters from his prison cell, and she agreed. However, none of the letters have expressed guilt or remorse. Richardson underwent extensive rehabilitation and treatment after she was sentenced. Psychiatric evaluations revealed that she was diagnosed with conduct disorder and oppositional defiant disorder. In 2016, at the age of 23, Richardson was released from the criminal justice system. She lives quietly in the community in a secret location, with a new identity. Richardson's name cannot be published in her home country, where she is known as JR, and described as a poster girl for rehab. After her absolute release, the judge, Scott Brooker, told her, "I think your parents and brother would be proud of you. Clearly you cannot undo the past. You can only live each day with the knowledge that you can control how you behave and what you do each day." While she was reported to have responded well to rehab, it is unknown if she is still in contact with Jeremy.